Welcome to Self-Improvement Sunday. Today's quote comes from Thomas Jefferson, who said, "I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more of it I have." I find the same thing is true. If I'm always showing up and doing the thing I'm supposed to be doing, inspiration, motivation, luck, whatever you want to call it just shows up. Hi there, my name is Christopher Diarmani, and it is my pleasure and my passion to empower nonfiction authors. And since you're here watching, I'm supposing that would be including a nonfiction author just like you. What I love to do is to empower you so you can turn that dream you have of writing a book into your published reality. And one of the ways I help you achieve that dream, help you achieve that goal, excuse me, is by helping you design and implement systems of success. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And I want to talk about my own personal journey here for a bit. About 20 years ago, I started a personal blog. I just decided to do this because I wanted to build a daily writing habit. And I thought if I was somehow accountable to some other force outside of myself, in this case, a blog that nobody knew existed or no one even knew I was writing, I figured I'd be able to hold myself accountable a little easier. And it worked. I haven't written on it recently, but I kept up that daily writing habit for about 16 years. Yeah, 16, 17 years. And it was a really beautiful way of making sure that I got something creative done every single day. I wrote for myself, excuse me, without any intention of building a following and impacting anyone else's life. This was solely for me, so I had some place to vent, some place to express the frustration I felt with whatever was going on in the world around me. Because at that point, just like we're going through today, there was a lot of really unpleasant things going on, and I just needed a place to, just for my own mental health, I needed a way to get that stuff out of me and onto a page so that I could just let it go. And it worked really effectively. And yet that decision that was very self-serving also is the thing that changed my entire life. It truly did. Because what I learned is that this daily writing habit removed the question from my life of, will I write today? And it transformed it into something even more beautiful. What will I write today? And that's a great thing. That's a great thing, right? This is the power of building a daily writing habit. It takes away that pressing question that we seem to have is, will I write today? Whether we think it consciously or not, if we're not working through a daily writing habit, a system designed to help you succeed, at some level, that thought is in your brain and it needs to be dealt with. And I found this is just a fantastic way to make that happen. So over the years, I've researched, I've designed systems that help me get, and I've constantly tried to improve those systems because as I grow more, I learn more, just like you do, right? So I've spent a lot of time researching mindset issues, figuring out how to overcome those negative and limiting beliefs that I've had, and to replace those thoughts with something that's powerful, empowering, something that gets me excited and excited and inspired. Let's try a real word. Inspired to do what I'm doing. And I think it'll do the same thing for you. And I did all this, of course, because at the point that I started this, I was working for someone else. I was actually working in the movie industry at that time, which I was enjoying. But my lifelong goal has always been to write. And so I wanted to build this daily writing habit so I could turn my dream of writing for a living into my reality. And it worked. It worked really well. And it worked without my even consciously making this decision. You know, as I wrote more and as I wrote better, people noticed what I was doing and started paying attention. And over the course of time, opportunities for employment showed up that I wasn't looking for, I wasn't expecting, and yet there they were. And all because I'd put in the time. That luck, if you want to call it that, dropped on my shoulders because I had done the diligent thing. I had done the responsible thing. I had done that. The thing that's so important to do is show up. Just show up every day. And amazing things can happen. And it all started with that daily writing blog. It all started with that decision that I had before the blog to write every single day. It was really quite simple, and yet so profoundly impactful in my life. So if you have a dream of writing for a living, or if you have a dream of writing and publishing a book so that you can transform your life, Here's the one thing I know deep in my soul. The very best thing you can do for yourself is to start and keep a habit of writing every single day. And it's not difficult to do. Use your digital calendar as your accountability partner. This is a great tool that we all have right on our phones, on our computers. It's there, use it. Schedule your writing times on that calendar. And then do the crazy thing, show up at the appointed hour and write for as long as you've set to write. That's it. And of course, do that whether you feel like it or not. Because whether you feel like it or not is not relevant to the conversation. It is not relevant to the habit. It is not relevant to anything in your life. Your feelings are completely irrelevant to whether you write today or not. It may have impact how well you write, but as you build this habit of writing every day, you'll discover that, like I did, that there comes a point where whether I feel like it or not, I sit down to do it because that's what I do. I am a writer. And writers write. They don't complain about writing. They sit down and they do it. And they do it whether they feel like it or not. There's an executive producer on a show that I worked on early on in my film career. And someone was asking him if he ever had writer's block. And he sort of laughed. And he said, I'm a professional writer. If it's time to write, I sit down and I write and I just do it. And that thought has always stuck with me. Because at that point, I was still dreaming about being a writer full-time. I wasn't doing anything about it beyond the daily blog. But that thought of his, that I'm a professional writer, I write. Like there was no question in his mind. Just like today, there's no question in mine. What I feel about it, I don't care. Because that feeling's going to change the second I put my hands on the keyboard and start putting some words on the page. I know that from experience. And that, again, is one of those really beautiful lessons, I suppose is a good word for it, that we learn by doing this every single day. So if you're looking to do this, do it. Just start. That's all you need to do. Because the more faithfully you work this system of scheduling your writing session, showing up, and whether you feel like it or not, and doing it every single day, the more faithfully you work that system, the easier it becomes, the more inspired you become, the luckier you become. Someone will approach you with an opportunity you weren't even looking for, and you'll go, wow, that's really cool. And from my own experience, I can say this will happen for you as long as you are diligent and you pay attention and do it. That's it. And of course, it's all about that building habits for success. And I talk about this quite frequently. I love doing systems, implementing systems, doing the actions that guarantee my success. And a simple daily habit has certainly done that for me. And I will guarantee if you build your daily writing habit, it'll do the same thing for you. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If there's something that struck you, resonated with you, please share it in the comments. I'd like to hear it. Please like and share the video with your family and your friends. And of course, please connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm there fairly regularly. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please go to sleekbio.com/Christopher, and you can connect to all my social media platforms and a couple of other things that may or may not be useful in your journey down Publication Highway. All right, bye for now, and I hope that you take this to heart. Work a little harder, more luck shows up. It's a great thought. Bye for now.